All right, this video is about Luke 18, verse 12, but I'm going to start with the previous verse here with verse 11. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank thee that I'm not as other men are extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. Verse 12, I fast twice in the week, I give tithes of all that I possess. 13. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. Verse 14, I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbles himself shall be exalted. Sounds like the context that the Pharisee is a bit prideful here, right? So here I go again. I got Luke 18, verse 12, where it says, I fast twice a week. I give tithes all that I possess. And right here in the Greek, I have the word Sabbath. So what's going on here? Some people are led to believe that the word Sabbath could mean week. Of course, I previously believed that it was he had 2 meals. Some believe that Sabbath begins from Friday evening to Saturday evening, right? Evening. So you got 1 meal on the 6th at evening on Friday, and you got the 2nd meal during the day. But anyways, let me get my commentary, and I'll give reasons why I'm saying what I'm saying here afterwards. All right, the Pharisee designated weekly fasts as a Sabbath that land on the 2nd and 5th day of the week. Here's my renderings, Luke 18:12. I fast 2 Shabbats that land on the 2nd and 5th day of the week. I give tithes all I possess. Here's another one. I fast twice a week that land on the 2nd and 5th day that I designated, Pharisee, as a Sabbath, and I give tithes of all that I possess. Okay, let me show you why. As I mentioned earlier, I have the Sabbath there. Okay, here we go. We got the Panorama by Epiphanes Salimus. This is against the Pharisees, okay? Against the Pharisee here. Let's read what it says. They fasted twice a week on the 2nd and 5th days. They paid the tithe, gave the first fruits, those are the 30th, and those are the 50th days, and rendered the sacrifice and prayers without fail. Okay, you see right here in the Greek, it has Sabbath there for a week, right? There's the word Sabbath, but here you got a little more understanding, 2nd and 5th days a week. So there we go. He's designated his fast as Sabbath on the 2nd, 5th day of the week. All right, let's see what the Didash says here. Chapter 8, verse 1. But let not your fast be arranged in common with the hypocrites, for they fast on the 2nd day of the week and on the 5th. But do you fast on the 4th and on the preparation day? Okay. Well, anyways, you see Sabbath going on here also. And anyways, they're being called hypocrites for doing on the 2nd and 5th day of the week. All right. I also found a parallel passage to Luke 18:12 from the Book of the Nazarene and the Enlightened Ones. Chapter 18, verse 71. One of those there said, I pray thrice daily, fasting on the 2nd and 5th days. Does this prove my love of Elohim? As I mentioned earlier, I said previous understanding. Many keep Sabbath from sunset to sunset, pagan evening, Friday to Saturday. I put 2 meals, one at Friday evening, right? The 2nd meal, Sabbath day. Luke 18:12. I fast twice on Shabbat, 2 meals, give tithes all possess. That was my previous reading until I came across this stuff. And now I'm led to believe that he was designated his weekly fast as Sabbath that landed on the 2nd and 5th days of the week. So the Pharisee's making up his own Sabbath. They're not actually the biblical Sabbath. It's what he's doing here. Okay, see what else I got here. Okay, this is the Panorama against the Ebionites. Appears they're doing the same thing. So let me go down here. Okay, I guess I'll start right here. It says, for the law designated various Sabbaths, the Sabbath proper so reoccurs week by week, and the one that is a Sabbath because of the occurrence every month, of the new moons, and of the successive feasts, such as the days of tabernacles and of Passover, when they sacrifice the lamb, and then eat unleavened bread. Further, when they keep the single annual fast, so it's called the greater fast. I believe that's the Day of Atonement. So this is called the greater fast. And here we go. And it says, and the other, so they call the lesser. For when these days occur on the second day of the week, or the third, or the fourth, this too is designated a Sabbath for them. All right, so there it goes. It says, and the other, so they call the lesser, right, the lesser fast. So occur on the second day of the week, or the third or the fourth. This too is designated as Sabbath for them. All right. Thank you, and shalom.